think I may have screwed something up.
You gotta be
kidding
kidding. I
me.
couldn't hear it.
But everyone else could. All
Okay,
right.
good.
Sorry about that, gang.
Yeah,
All right, I
okay.
found this in automotive news this
Yes.
morning. No charges filed against Florida Chevy finance manager accused of ID theft.
Yeah.
Authorities said there was insufficient evidence the finance manager intentionally allowed the victim's identification to be used
So
illegally.
yeah.
Did you happen to get a chance to read this article?
I did read the article. I mean, nobody could prove nobody.
Give us the rundown. What happened?
People.
It's Florida, man.
You explain. I don't want to explain this one again. But I will. The only thing I will say is that they couldn't find enough evidence that would really suggest that she might have done what they were thinking she might have done, and so they couldn't press charges. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that she didn't do it.
Yep.
That doesn't necessarily mean that she did do it. It just means that the prosecutors didn't feel like could possibly be a strong enough case there to bring charges.
Was the cosigner on there to just get the deal approved?
Well, yes.
Okay,
They
so
needed the cosigner for the deal.
So, yeah, here you go. It says it right here. Tropical Chevrolet finance manager, this woman, was arrested by the Miami Shores Police Department in February after Jennifer Umanzor reported appearing as a co-signer on an ex-boyfriend's 2016 Porsche Macan without authorization.
Yeah.
So essentially what happened here is somehow
her signature got affixed to a bank contract as the co-signer for her ex-boyfriend's Macan.
Yeah.
And she swears she never went to the dealership. And
Panito, the finance manager, says that she was
I don't
there.
remember who was there, who wasn't there. It was so long ago, and I was swamped that day, and I handled like 8 or 9 deals, plus I was involved in other transactions.
Yep.
So I can't remember everything that happened that day. And well, they can't bring charges because they can't find out what the truth may or may not be.
It is a perfect reminder.
Yes.
That every time you go into that finance office, you're going to a bank office. Think of it that way.
Yes.
If you don't understand something, if you're confused about a signature, if you're confused by language, just press pause.
Yeah.
Walk away. Because in this this is a perfect example of I don't want to say something nefarious happened, but like crazy things can happen.
We don't
know.
Yeah, we don't know that it did or it didn't. What we do know is there were allegations and enough evidence to support the allegations.
Yep.
And so the finance manager, who had been suspended during part of this, was welcomed back to work. And it's I don't know, what do they call it in basketball? No harm, no foul.
This comes from Jalopnik.
Yes.
2 gas stations sue their competitor because its prices are too low.
Oh my God, I hate when that happens.
Imagine being so greedy that you're willing to sue someone because they aren't as greedy as you. That was a good line, Lawrence.
Yeah,
that was a good line.
is.
All right,
Yeah.
what's the rundown on this story, Dad? Pretty interesting.
Well, you're not in. This is in Wisconsin,
Yeah.
and in Wisconsin, the laws are the Unfair Sales Act is you're not allowed to sell things below cost, but there are exceptions to this, and that is, well, you're allowed to be competitive with a competitor that's out there.
Yep.
And this is a gas station that I think is owned by Woodman's grocery stores
Yep.
or something. And they're saying that in order for them to be competitive, they have to compete against the Costco or the Sam's Club, whatever it is, that's 6 miles down the road.
Yep.
And these other gas stations, I guess, haven't applied for that exemption, or maybe they're not allowed to. So they're complaining.
They want $80,000 in damages.
Yes.
And there's a 20 to 26 cent difference in price between the stations.
Yeah.
Woodsman's price was $3.60 a gallon. Shell was $3.86 and BP was $3.80. Lawyers for Woodman say the prices are in compliance with state laws and that the lawsuit is without merit. The fact that you're even going to like incur the legal fees to be able to like do this is just stupid.
Well, it just says to the customers out there, we're not on your side. We don't, I mean, and I get that the gas stations need to make money. I get it. Every business needs to make money. I get that.
We're still working on it.
Huh?
We're still working on it.
Well, there are businesses out there that prove that you don't have to make money. Carvana being one of them.
Yeah.
As long as you have enough investors. But the point is, if you have a business, you should be entitled to a profit and to make a
To
profit.
try and make a profit.
At the end of the year. And I understand the dilemma, but if the carve out in the law is that there's an exception for competing against a competitor, well, then I guess the BP station and the Shell station need to do the same thing.
Yeah.